and welcome to Community Connections. First of all, I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day, today being February the 17th, March 17th. Oh my gosh, you know, I am going back, and with everything crazy going on, I said, can we go back to February 17th? March 17th, and we're glad you're joining us today. What we're going to do today, the show's changed up just a little bit. We're titling this show Prescott Valley Together, and giving you an update on what's going on in the town of Prescott Valley, the library here, the chamber, things that are going on, to give you a sense of what's happening in the community, and so you're knowledgeable and educated. We think that's so important. Currently, the chamber is working on a website that we'll be launching, I believe, this evening. We call it Prescott Valley Together, and that means together we're communicating everything to keep our community healthy and safe and limited exposure to the possible risk of the coronavirus and the pandemic. So again, a lot of people say it's only a matter of time. Well, there's a lot of things we can be doing right now, and the town of Prescott Valley is doing them.
Sure.
Joining me first is Mayor Kel Palguda. I'm so glad you were able to join me at the last minute, so thank you, Mayor.
It truly was like the last minute,
It was.
right?
It was last night. I think I texted you at home and said, hey. But I think it's important because a lot of folks that watch the show, a lot of folks that watch the show don't get us out as much, and this
Sure.
is some of their connection to what's happening in our community.
No, absolutely.
So great job with the press releases, but from your point of view, what are we facing here?
So you nailed it on what we're doing as a community, what we need to be for Prescott Valley, and just get that information out there, because I think that is the key. Is what happens is when people don't have the information, they automatically just jump to conclusions,
Right.
and they just assume the worst. And that's what we're seeing at our local level for grocery stores, which is a concern.
Right.
Paper products, meat products, certain foods, certain staples that people have in their home. And I want you to know, and I want the community to know, that I've reached out to the store managers, and they've expressed concern as well. And they said, basically, if anyone in your community needs something, have them reach out through a series of different contacts, whether it's St. Vincent de Paul, CASA, the town of Prescott Valley, email, and let them know from the grocery store. We can kind of communicate that, and then we can make sure that everyone is handled. So I think that's key. I think that's key as a community, that we are all on the same page.
Right, right.
So
I know that the town has, I've been in contact working very closely with Parks and Recreation,
Right.
and we've had to make quite a few adjustments in the scheduling of activities
Sure.
and events, canceling some, postponing others
Right.
to a later date. Is that affecting a lot of things that are going on for you?
So it's never easy to just cancel an event that we have planned. We don't have that crystal ball in front of us. We can't predict what's going to happen, and it's better to be on the side of caution. And as I tell people who may be interested of going out for perhaps St. Patrick's Day,
Right.
with the social distancing and just the idea of, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to be in large groups, there'll be a St. Patrick's Day next year. So
Right.
don't worry about that, all right? There's still going to be that opportunity to celebrate. There's still going to be that opportunity to have fun. Let's just be on the side of caution this time. And the same applies to our events. We've recently closed the bathrooms and the playgrounds at the park. Doesn't mean that you can't go in and enjoy the park, maybe get some fresh air, walk out, enjoy the space that we have. That's important. But again, on the side of caution doesn't hurt.
Right, right.
So that's important to hear.
And I think, I know, you and I were discussing before the show that we're following a lot of what the Governor Ducey is recommending.
Absolutely.
Because he's got his finger on it. I mean
For
this
sure.
is his state.
Right.
And everything concerns it. So we're following a lot of what he says as far as, public gatherings.
Right.
And changing our plans based on a lot of that. And
Sure.
I know you're in, on conference calls with all of the mayors in the community, with the governor, and know
Right.
that you really know firsthand that you feed through your sources and press releases with Heidi
Absolutely.
at the town, so they come up. I just got one that
Okay.
recently
Good.
came out, and again, it's limiting gatherings of 50 people or more, halted in April.
Sure.
So again, that's extravaganza. It's been canceled.
Right.
We've also. It wasn't scheduled until May, but because it's in this 8-week window, Rhythm and Brews, our new event, has been
Okay.
postponed to June.
Sure.
We're looking at Team Up to Clean Up also being changed, and a lot of the youth the sports, adult
Right.
sports, are being canceled.
Little League's been extended out to at least May 11th. They may be canceling their season. They may try to have a summer season. So it's just adjustments that we have to make as a
Right.
community. And although it's, inconvenient for most of us, we just need to just remember that we will get through this.
And that's the idea right now. It's not that we're trying to, keep people at home it's to limit the exposure, and
Sure.
large public gatherings make that chance of exposure. If you follow the elements through CDC or the World Health Organization, or just jump by county health, it's exposure risk. You may not get it, but
Right.
that's where it passes.
Sure.
So you don't know you have it, maybe you won't get it, but you've been exposed to it and can still pass it on to somebody else. And
Right.
those over 65, older folks, seniors, are more at risk. And so that's why we're trying to help,
Absolutely.
young people are fairly okay. But then again, they could have that chance to, be exposed.
Sure. No, absolutely.
So I think it's limiting that exposure, and that's why those gatherings. So if you stop it for several weeks, then things can get a handle on it.
We just want to slow the curve a little bit,
Exactly.
is the whole goal. And by just giving that extra space the top scientists and those people are saying that this is what we need to do. We need to listen to them. That's the
Right.
key.
Right.
So let's just press on for the next few weeks. There'll be a light at the end of this tunnel.
I see it.
And here's an opportunity. Check on your neighbor, your friends, call a relative, and just see if they need anything. And as you
Right.
said, we're going to have that website up. People can check on that, and they'll get all the information they need. And if they need something, just let us know.
And call us. I know you've
Call.
got your
Sure.
offices are staffed. My
Absolutely.
offices at the chamber are staffed. We're limiting public access. Again, the risk
Right.
of exposure, but call and get that information. The resources are available. And I
Yes.
like the fact that you've reached out to the grocery stores. I think one of the
Sure.
biggest concerns for me has been our elderly and our older folks that that need access to certain supplies and are not able to get them, because first of all, they're not going to stand in line and fight a crowd of crazy people.
No, and that's absolutely the concern. And that's
That
where
bothers me.
it creates the fear, where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm running out. I can't go to multiple stores. Just, hey, pick up the phone, give us a call. Is it normal for a town and agencies to react or be involved? Absolutely not. But we're Prescott Valley, and we're different, and we're going to help everyone, and we're going to make sure that we get through this. So
Yeah.
everyone needs to know that.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show today. Again, Mayor Cal Palguda, we are Prescott Valley together. We're going to work
Absolutely.
on this and keep going. Again, great information coming from the town of Prescott Valley. If you don't get their website, go online.
Yes.
pvaz.net. All that information is. Again, we're working on that website that's going to connect all of one place. Go there and link to everyone else, so you can continue to keep educated, understand what's going on. Education keeps fear away.
And with fear, be careful what you believe on Facebook, okay? All social media isn't right, okay? So let's just go to where the actual information is so important.
And with that, we're going to say thank you to our mayor, Cal
you.
Palguda. Great advice. We're going to take a short break here. When we come back, Casey Van Heeren from the library. What's happening there here on Community Connections?
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire. And there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
All right, Monroe, you ready? Monroe! Ooh.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. Every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
And welcome back to Community Connections. Continuing with our program, Prescott Valley Together. Joining me now is Casey Van Haren. She's our librarian for the Prescott Valley Public Library. Casey, I know a lot of rumors are out there, information, like the mayor said as we close, things are on Facebook that are not necessarily true.
Right.
You're here to give the facts of what's going on at the Prescott Valley Library during this coronavirus pandemic situation we've got going on.
Right, and that's what's so important. Libraries are information, and us as librarians, we're information professionals. That's our job. We weed through all the fake news, all the rumors. So if anyone has questions, they can call the library at 928-759-3040 and ask a degreed librarian these questions that they may have. We have plenty of resources that we can send people to. And even though the library is closed right now, we did close effective today. We are open phones, our drive-up window. We have our Ask a Librarian. People can email us questions. We've been answering that immediately because we have staff on that. We do have staff in the building. Again, we're answering the phones. They were ringing off the hook this morning. So,
can people still check out books if they know that they want?
Yes. So what we have right now, we have our drive-up window is open. We've extended those hours until 5. So it's open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, the drive-up window, which is on the north side of the building where the 24/7 book return is. People can place holds on items, and once they have been notified that the items are ready for pickup, they can come to the drive-through window. Staff member will pop the books out through the little window there. They can take them, and they're good to go. So it's a pretty quick transaction. We can't take any money for fines or anything through the book drop window, but we can, people can call in.
Well, what if somebody has some books that are due or maybe a little past due? What about they have to pay fines or something?
No. So at this point, we've extended all due dates until the 26th of April. So there will be no fines accruing at this point. And as of April 1st, the Prescott Valley Public Library is going fine-free. So.
Wait a minute, let's repeat that one. In this midst of all this down news, bad news, you just had a new news that's a happy news. So let's say that again.
Yeah, so actually it was last week council approved for the library to not charge any fees. We will also be wiping all current accounts of fines only.
Wow.
Now, if you have overdue books or if you have lost books or collection accounts, those of course you'll still need to take care of. But any fines, we're wiping it clean.
Wow.
April 1st.
That is, who doesn't remember your first library card and feeling like don't ever take your library book back late?
Right.
You had fines.
Right, and libraries have changed.
My gosh, yeah.
We're about equitable access to information for everyone, no matter age, sex, orientation, whatever, socioeconomic background. It doesn't matter. We want it, equal across the board.
So, what about the activities you have? You have reading time activities. You have young people programs, our teen things. What about all of those?
Right. So of course, everything the library shut down. All programs have canceled.
Okay.
As of right now until April 1st, but we don't know if that can be extended or not. But in the meantime, our website has lots of activities, especially for kids who are at home and they need help with homework. They can go to our website, PVLib. That's PVLIB.net. They can go to the kids page. We have homework help options. The homework spot is our homework help. No Homework Spot has a great array of educational resources that parents and children can use for homework help, and that's K through 12. For adults at home, we have our ebook and audiobook resources and our magazines online that you can read. We have really cool magazines online that you can read. And this is all with your library card. And if you need help accessing that, they can call the library, they can email us, and we'll have staff available Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 to help.
And then one of the things people love about the library is the Peavine Cafe.
Yes.
What are they doing? One of our favorite spots.
I know. We had a great thing today. Library management, myself, Jocelyn, and Bobby did an open tab for the staff today for the Peavine Cafe, so we could all kind of help keep them going. So the Peavine Cafe, even though we're closed, they're open. They will be doing curbside pickup. So you can call them at 928-759-5050. 5509 to call an order in, and you can do curbside pickup.
Okay.
So,
And a lot of our restaurants, be sure and check on that.
Yes.
I want to make everybody clear that no restaurants in Yavapai County are being closed at this time. A lot of them are offering curbside or drive-up pickup for the convenience of those that may not want to go in and dine.
Right.
But all dining, as of today, March 17th, is still open in Yavapai County. And I know the governor's working in certain other communities where there's been some cases reported where they're looking and have closed restaurants, but that is not here in Yavapai County. I just got that information from the mayor a little while ago. And as soon as we know anything, obviously we would share.
Right.
But again, it's still, you can support your local restaurants even if you're doing the social distancing by getting curbside and drive a pickup, because many of us really don't cook a whole lot and love to eat out. You know?
Right, oh, yeah.
I love other people's cooking. So again, your website for all that information.
it is pvlib.net. And we have, again, we have so many great resources that are available on our website. I know I've had a couple people ask for Hoopla, which has movies and all sorts of music streaming, but unfortunately that's really outside our budget. They're very, very expensive.
Yeah, you have to
you have
pay to acquire those.
Yeah, and it is. We've looked into it in the past, and it's just something that viably our library just can't afford to do. So.
Right. Well, there's so many other resources and
There's
opportunities.
so many, and we have that. Again, we can help you out. And the other thing really I wanted to touch on too is the Yavapai Library Network has worked really well with us through this transition right now, and have helped us extend due dates, fines, and everything else like that. So I really want to thank them for helping us through
Well,
this.
it's all together.
Yes.
We're in this together. Just a couple of other things I want to mention as we're talking about closures and public outreach and programs and activities. The police department, their public outreach activities such as Block Watch, Coffee with a Cop, Badges and Bobbers, which was April the 14th, I believe. Heidi has been postponed to the fall, Badges and Bobbers, which was along with Gold Fever Day, and the Cops at Kids School events, and the bike rodeo that was going to be held at Mountain Valley Regional Rehabilitation has been canceled. So most activities have been canceled through April. Many are looking at canceling or postponing through the month of May, just to make sure we have that window limiting public exposure and access in large groups. So we'll keep you posted on that. Casey Van Haren, thank you for joining us on the library. So much going on, and we just can access you, pvlib.net. Okay, short break. We'll be right back.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
I'm good,
I'm good.
I'm good.
but I have a story, and I don't know where to start.
I still have nightmares.
I feel overwhelmed.
I can't live like this anymore.
I'm really not so good, but are you ready to listen?
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
And welcome back to Community Connections. Again, Prescott Valley Together. My next guest is Heidi Foster with the town of Prescott Valley. We're going to talk about the census, but Heidi, I'm going to take a couple minutes. I wanted to mention, being that we're communicating information, Humboldt Unified School District. Obviously, most everybody knows that the schools have closed down for 2 additional weeks following spring break. But love our folks at the nutrition department, because food is still being prepared and provided. They'll be providing free pre-packaged breakfast and lunch meals to all children who are 18 years of age and younger. Meal service will be offered 11:30 to 1 Monday through Friday, with breakfast the following day being given out during lunch. Meals will be given in a walk-up, drive-through fashion. There will be congregate seating. All pickup locations are outside, and they'll be offered at the following sites: Lake Valley Elementary School in the school bus drop-off, Coyote Springs Elementary School, front of the school office, Humboldt Elementary School, in front of the school office, Mountain View Elementary School, in front of the school office. So encourage family, children, regardless of where you live, to utilize the free meal program at this time. So they're doing their best to keep our kids fed. And remember, that's 18 and under living anywhere in Prescott Valley. So those are the sites: Lake Valley, Coyote Springs, Humboldt Elementary, Mountain View. For more information, you can call 759-5014 for Humboldt Unified School District Child Nutrition. So Heidi, you've been amazing getting press releases out, letting us know what's closing, what's going on. Thank you so much for that. It helps us continue to give information out to the community via our business resources.
Changes every 5 minutes.
It does, and I look forward to getting those notices so I can keep helping communicate that.
Right.
But one of the things that, even though our lives have changed drastically, and I'll be honest, it's been drastically, is the census is still going on.
It is.
And that now more than ever, you were telling me, let's be counted.
That's right. You know, the census was crucial to our community before the coronavirus stepped in, and now it's even more crucial because when everything gets back to normal, you know, we're going to need that funding more than ever before. Mm-hmm. And so as you fill out your census, certain federal funds come to our community through the state and back to our community through the census and by our population.
Right.
And so we're estimating that you know, some of the numbers that we've talked about are going to be above probably 50 to 55,000.
Wow.
In our community.
Yes.
But those numbers, we can't stress enough how important it is that people fill out their census forms.
Well, now they should have received them by now, most people, right?
Most people, till the 20th,
okay.
You'll be receiving postcards in the mail, and your information, you have a code on there.
I think mine came in an envelope. I got one.
I think mine did too.
It came in an envelope, and then I opened it up, and it was a blue piece of paper, and then it told me what my access code was, because I've already done it. Told me what my code was, and so then I just went into U.S. Census and put my number in, and my address popped up. No name associated with the address. The address popped up. And then you fill out basically basic information. I mean, I was really surprised that it
How many people live in your home? Are you going to be there on April 1st?
Right.
Just very, very basic
and
information.
little demographic information, you know, not too, it was not intrusive at all, and it took me less than 5 minutes to fill it out, and I think I sat there during a commercial and filled it out on my iPad, you know, so I was able to access it that conveniently.
And people need to not worry. The data is confidential. It can't be shared with law enforcement. It can't be shared with anybody. And so it is simply to find out how many people live in our community. And so my husband was asking, he says, well, do I need to go in and fill out one too? And I said, no. One person in a household can fill out the census and you're done. You're right. It's
just how many people are at that address.
Yes.
So living there, you, your spouse, the kids, significant other. I couldn't count my dogs. I tried. There was no.
That would be good.
There was no column for fuzzy four-legged family members, but. So, yeah, absolutely. Very simple. We have been talking about, as we've been sharing this story about filling out the census and the importance of it, is that being able to go to the library. And unfortunately, as we heard just a few minutes ago from Casey, the library is closed. But there's opportunities to get online help, or you can call in. You said there was a variety of ways.
That's right. You can do it either by phone. You can call in, and that will be on that postcard that you receive. You can do it online, which is very, very easy. And then and by mail. And so if you want to go, if you don't, this is something that needs to be stressed. If you don't receive that postcard by the 20th, just go on census.gov or call us at the town or call the chamber. Right. And we can direct you on where to call to get that code. And they can even mail you out a questionnaire. And the other thing is that if you don't respond, they are still going to send out census workers later on and I'm talking about later on this summer into July, they will visit your home. And because it's required by the Constitution.
Right.
And so it's just really easy to do it ahead of time and you don't have to be bothered.
It's done.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm counted. I'm one of the future number here in Prescott Valley. But like you said, he's right. It just took a couple of minutes. I was surprised that I remember filling it out 10 years ago and the 10 years before that. And I still think I was filling it 10 years ago.
No. Just a couple times.
Just a couple times. Mom and Dad did it before. But right. I remember it being so much more, so many more questions and so much more detail. And this time it's very, very easy and very basic. Yeah, absolutely. So again, opportunities. You can also call the chamber. Having done it, I can talk to anybody that wants to know any information about it.
Or call us at the town, 759-3123. We'll be glad to help walk you through it too. And just so people remember, the funding that comes back, the money that comes back to our community, helps pay for our police protection, public library services, our parks, schools, businesses, and when people are making their business decisions, they're going to look at census data. And our roads, which as we grow are just so important.
Absolutely.
So the census is very much crucial to our community.
Because every community has access to those funds, and the more population you have, the higher level of funding you can receive. And let's not be underrepresented and undercounted.
That's right. And
because
then
we have exactly, because we have our residents using those roads and the services that we need to get that funding for. So again, very, very important. It should be in the mail. Watch it if you have not already received it. Watch for it by April 20th. For more information, again, you can call the town. March 20th, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm thinking further in advance. I started the show behind, and now I'm moving forward. I just don't like today. Maybe.
You know what? I think that we're all thinking in advance now.
There's clear skies, blue skies in the future. Yes. Your phone number, Heidi, one more time.
928-759-3123. And so we're here to help. And if you need any help with the census, filling that out, or if you have questions about how the town is dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, we are glad to answer your questions.
Yes, actually, Prescott Valley Together. Thank you for joining us here.